Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Rewind That. It's your girl, Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Alright guys, we are going to be going over the latest episode of Snowfall, Season 5, Episode number 1 called Comets. Alright, this is the recap, guys. So Snowfall Season 5 is upon us and there has been a time jump, okay, to the year 1986. A lot was going on in this episode, guys, just showing us how these drugs got people dying left and right, okay? In the very beginning of the episode, we have a few college kids snorting some coke, but one of the kids, a kid named Lynn, he winds up ODing, okay, and he dies, and he was also a basketball player, all right? So that makes the paper. Then we get to a house party that Rob is hosting, and his friend Thad gets upset with another kid for sitting down and helping himself to some of Rob's coke, all right? And he did this without asking. So Thad is in an uproar and he winds up killing the kid because the kid made a comment about him being a butthole or whatever to the girl he was sitting next to. It was just a pointless killing, okay? Which is why drugs are bad, okay? Anyway, so then we get to Franklin and we see him flying, guys, on an airplane. And we can see that a lot of things have changed for Franklin, all right? His business is thriving in the streets and on the legit side of things. We also see that he has a woman named V, okay, his newest love interest, and she's helping him run his real estate business. On top of that, he done made her a boss lady, okay? We also get to a scene where Franklin, he has a meeting with Grady and he tells him that coke is going for cheaper now, right? So he wants to move more weight, but they're going to also have to negotiate a lower price. In this scene, we also see Oso show up, but we didn't hear from him anymore in this episode, all right, after that. Next, we get to see that Leon is still holding it down in the projects and he handles any business that gets out of hand, like breaking ankles when a worker steals a little something for a pair of sneakers, okay? Next, Louie and Uncle Jerome out here living their best life, going on horseback rides, and then buying the horses so that the next time they come there, nobody else rides it. Next, the white boy who got killed at Rob's party is making headlines all over the place. So now Franklin has to get ahead of the situation. So him and Peaches, they go pick up Rob to bring him to his old house and let Rob hide out there and stop him from using, right? They need him to detox, right? So we also later find out that Wanda is staying there as well, and she's working as a sex phone operator, guys. Anyway, next, Franklin tells Uncle Jerome, Louie, and Leon about the situation with Rob and Thad. He tells them that they will handle Thad once they find out where he is. After that, he's going to put Rob in rehab. Now, Louie is concerned that having Rob out the game means less product being moved, which means that Grady will be less willing to cut the price, and she needs that price cut ASAP because Inglewood is already threatening to go to the Colombians, all right? And while she's getting all riled up about it, Jerome, he looked like he was preparing himself to calm her down, okay? So Franklin says, look, let me straighten this thing out with Rob and Thad, then we could talk about the prices. Then there was a dude standing by the entryway of the door who looked like he might have been listening. So we might have to keep that in mind, guys, all right? He looked like he was a waiter or a busboy, but he sure was looking in on that meeting, okay? Next, we see that Louis has something worked out with this crooked cop named Bo, okay? So the problem here with this arrangement is that Bo wants Louis to help him out as well, right? And this means that Louis has to serve someone up. But Louis says, I ain't no snitch. But Bo tells her that if she wants to keep having his protection, she better find somebody to serve up. And guys, trouble is coming, okay? And one thing that I will say is I do not know how far we're going to be able to trust Louie in this season, all right? I got bad vibes about her. I started having my bad vibes about her last season, and we will talk in other videos, all right? Next, Rob tries to sneak out of the house, but to his surprise, Franklin was there to stop him. So Rob tells Franklin that he knows where Thad is, but he wants to get high before going to see Thad. So Franklin says, all right, call Thad and tell him that we're coming out there to get him, and I'll get Peaches to get you some cocaine so you can get straightened out. Then we'll go out to the desert so this doesn't come back to bite us. So obviously the plan is to kill Thad once they get to him, but Rob has to be the one to do it. So on the way there, Rob asks for his gun, So they pulled over and got the gun out of the trunk and gave it to him. And this situation made me very nervous, guys, okay? Because I was like, why would you give a cokehead a gun, all right? And he's sitting in the back seat, in the back of y'all. I just didn't trust it. And at one point, I was also thinking that maybe Rob was gonna, off himself, but that didn't happen. Okay. Anyway, so they get to Thad and Rob kills him after having some horrible aim. Okay. Then they take the body to the desert and bury it. But the saddest part happens when Franklin kills Rob while he's looking for that comet. All right. And this seems like a last minute decision as well because even Peaches seemed surprised. This whole thing was sad, but honestly, it kind of had to happen because at this point, Rob is now a liability because he's an addict now, right? And plus, he was running his mouth to Thad, telling him about the dealings that Franklin had with the CIA and all that stuff like that. You can't be doing stuff like that, okay? So, as long as Rob knew all this information and he was a cokehead, that was not going to work, all right? That was just too risky. So, he had to go, unfortunately. But before this, we get a scene cut to where Franklin is having a conversation with his lady V, and it sounds like she's pregnant because they kept talking about this child they're going to have and how she doesn't want the child to come into this world if Franklin is not available 100% and living a lifestyle that supports their child in every way. So she's basically saying that she wants Franklin to leave the game, right? And he's with it. Okay, and he tells her that he's gonna leave that life soon. And V tells Franklin that until that time comes, they can't control what happens, but she tells him to promise her that until the day comes when he could walk away, that he will do everything he can to protect their family and their baby and keep them safe, okay? So the next thing you know, we're back to the desert where we see Franklin take out his friend Rob. Then we jump back to the scene where he promises V that he'll do whatever it takes, okay? So the episode ends with Franklin taking V to look at this place where he wants to build a compound. He tells V that this is a place where they can build their legacy, but he needs to know that he has her loyalty. And she assures him that he does. But we'll see, guys, because the truth is, we don't know this woman or what she's about, where she comes from, or where Franklin met her, okay? But as I always say, we'll see. All right, guys, that was the recap for Snowfall Season 5, Episode number 1. All right, I am getting ready to watch Episode number 2, and I will hit you guys with a recap for that as well. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and be blessed. Bye-bye.